Energy NASCAR Cup Series. You're just going to have to trust our voices. Else to stream on your second. Whose audio are we going to come through? Is it going to be Gators or is it going to be?
Honestly, the freaking.
Also, stage 2 is over. Shadowhawk, your stage.
Man, coming home, P2, baby.
The Gator doubter is not prevalent tonight.
Hey. Showing up with nothing on the line. Love to see it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Just to recap everybody else, Killum third. You already heard fourth. For all that lag, they're still kind of all the 4 championship contenders are still.
They're all in the top 6 at least.
5 seconds.
Yeah, so it didn't affect things too much. It did shuffle it.
As long as 704 doesn't rear its ugly head again and give him some unnecessary damage, this should make for an interesting race towards the end here.
Alright, just like they said, the one, well, goodness, the 43 Shadow, starting P1. The one of you already heard starting P3. The 14 of CPTKILLUM P4, the 11 of Big Jim P6, and the start of stage 3 is happening now with 52 laps to go. Radio broadcast, gentlemen.
They have 30 laps of fuel, so they could do this on one stop if they wish. I believe they'll probably do that.
As all 4 of us have raced the past 2 nights, do you think they're gonna? Oh, big lag from Gator there.
Mega lag.
Oh. Got into the front of Kilcar, but as I was saying, all 4 of us raced within the last 2 nights. If you were in this stage and we're going for the win, what would your strategy be for like this last stage? Would you cut it directly in half, or would you try to maybe short pit or stay out longer on the first side?
I'll tell you right now, if I'm in that position, as soon as the leader hits pit road, or whoever the first car is to hit pit road, not going to be long behind them.
All right. Yeah. What about yourself?
It all depends on where I am. In my race, I was up towards the front, so I decided to stay out a little longer. Had the fresher tires at the end. So if I'm Shadowhawk here, I'm in front. I think I would stay out and have the fresher tires at the end of the race. But if I'm back here in Big Jim, I'm the last of the championship drivers. I'll probably pit first. Try to jump some people, get track position on pit road.
All right.
Yeah, whatever you do, not call the.
What do you think?
Whatever you do, do not call the strategy that I called for Jag last night. Do the opposite.
I mean, it was bold, and I liked it. I told him that. He messaged me earlier today, and I'm like, yeah, that was a bold call. I liked it. It just didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, it worked though.
We had to try something.
Do something there.
It was one of those. If it worked, I was a genius. If it didn't work, I was the biggest dumbass in the world. So I'll let you decide which one happened.
I like the call. He just lost so much time on that first pit stop. I think that was the call to try to get the championship there on the second pit stop this year.
Well, we tried. All right, so radio broadcast here. We got to paint the pictures with our mouse. We got that 43 of Shadowhawk leading the way down the backstretch. I don't know who's in second. Gator Mike P3. Oh, Joe's in second. That one of you already heard?
I believe it's Joe in second. He's right on Shadow's bumper.
Goodness.
Not the way at all. I'm standing right on his bumper. I'm not going to try to pass him. I'm going to wait till
who's the leader right now?
Shadow.
Okay. Where's Killum at?
P4.
10-4.
And then we got Big Jim P6.
Yeah, so if I'm the one, I'm just going to stay with him, and I'm going to make my move after the pit stop, so I don't lose any time. Stay right with him, so you have a chance at the end.
Yeah, I tell you, those guys are all over each other, and, very, very, very possible that one of you already heard came down pit road and made the correct adjustment for the car to keep up with Shadowhawk. But do you think that 43 of Shadowhawk is taking it a little bit easy, because he knows he's got to take 26, 27 laps to split it straight in half, and that's pretty long for these tires.
Yeah, I am concerned if the tires can make it that long.
I was gonna say maybe Joe, you already heard, was trying some stuff in the first 2 stages just to see if he could hit on something for this final run. because he might have had that setup ready to go, and he just might have tried something different to see if he could do something. And now he put in that setup that he knew was going to work, and now he's right up there with him. So I wonder if he could have been not necessarily sandbagging, but he could have been trying something different to experiment for this final stage, since the first two stages didn't matter.
Yeah, along with that, maybe that's the reason for it looks like KILLUM hanging back maybe a little bit, trying to stretch his tire situation just a bit to ensure he could split the stage in half.
Very possible. Very possible with the 1, and very possible with the 14 as he passes that 32.
Gator in the wall.
I will say,
Gator
it looks like that
stay out of the way of KILLUM.
Looks like that 14 is trying a different line now. He's hugging the bottom through each corner. I wonder if you saw that from the 43. I will make a quick note though. Sorry, KILLUM has ran his best lap of his career at Vegas in the Cup Series here tonight with a 30.669. Well, somebody's mad. That sounds like somebody's mad on the stream. One of y'all's stream.
I wonder if KILLUM saw Joe and Shadow running the bottom, like you were saying, Avenge. Maybe he changed an adjustment or something and set his car up to hug that bottom, because if you can hug the bottom while keeping your speed up, you might be able to make up a lot of time. But well, we still got a ways to go, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's definitely changed up his line from early on in the first stage.
Yeah, Shadowhawk's starting to pull away from Joe here. I honestly kind of expected that. He's been so strong on the long round here.
They could, I mean, you already heard, could be just like we were saying earlier, that one tiny adjustment away, because he knows, he's helped me a bunch in how to, granted I still am really terrible at it, but in knowing how to adjust your car, like this does, like adjusting this tire does this one way or the other, and he knows how to do that super well in this game. So I wonder if he's just that one tiny hair length adjustment away from keeping up or passing Shadow here. It's just all about, if he can stay with him and keep his draft, that's going to be a huge thing here. And it looks like he got a little loose out of 4 there from KILLUM's point of view, who's in 3rd.
Yeah.
You got Gator Mike in 4th, Shadow and Joe still 1 and 2.
I'm not quite sure where Big Jim is. I'm assuming he's probably 5th or 6th.
Right, I can't see where he's at either.
Yeah, I can't see where he is. Swamp sometimes streams. Is he streaming?
Swamp was streaming, but for whatever reason, his Twitch stream was not working for me.
Alright, I'll try it.
So we see here these cars getting spread out, and
Big Jim is running in 6th right now with Draven 5th.
That's not what he needs. But besides that big, really weird lag session, we haven't had any cautions for cause here tonight. So, assuming that it's all spread out and we're not going to get another spike, they've got some work to do to catch up to that 43. And I'm assuming Joe is about an 1/8 of a second-ish behind that 43. So they're going to have to make up that time somehow, either on pit road or strategy or just playing out speed on the track. But there's an uphill battle to be had if you want to pass that 43 at the moment.
That 43 is dialed in his car. I know he said he was comfortable before the race started, but he's been shown at all race. He's been the car to beat so far. So we'll see if he can continue to hold that lead and capture the championship. Oh, kill him in the apron there a little bit. He saved it though. Lost a little bit of momentum. Got loose coming out of 4, but Gator making him looking on the outside here. We'll see if he can make the pass. Momentum got loose coming out of 4.
We somehow have one viewer on our radio broadcast. So
man, shout out to you, dedicated to the league.
That's what I'm talking
Love
about.
to see it.
It's probably one of y'all.
I believe I might know who our one viewer is.
Is it you?
And while we have that moment, I'd like to give a special shout out to a former league member and hopeful future league member, and our boy Doc Shocks.
Is it Doc?
Told him I'd have a little special shout out for him. So hopefully you're enjoying the shit show, and
swear jar for dangles.
We will.
Oh, it looks like Big Jim wrecked.
Personally, I'd love to have you back.
Kill him, touch the wall there.
Big Jim wrecked on the backstretch. He is in 13th.
Oh, man. It looked like, I don't know exactly what happened because I was bouncing back and forth between streams, so you're going to have to excuse me there. But it looks like the 32 and the 14 may have got into it, which got into the 11. And that's
kind of what I was seeing as well, but...
I was watching Gator stream and I honestly didn't see shit, so damn it. God.
Anyway, it looked like Killum touched the wall. It looked like he got into the wall. He might have came down into Jim, but we don't have a good angle because we can't see what's going on necessarily in real time. So.
Oh, it's the Gator Doubter. The Gator Doubter's in here. That's not Doc. That's not Doc. Gator Doubter. Doc would never do such a thing. Oh, Doc Shocks.
Oh, Gator hit the apron a little bit.
Oh, the Gator Doubter's gonna love that one.
Looks like everybody's loose off of 2 right now.
I was gonna say it looks like they're all on worn tires, and the four of us felt that the past 2 nights. And
they're all kind of monitoring tires right now. So, like I said, I think these guys are just trying to do what they can to ensure they're able to split the stage in half and make it.
Draven's up to P5. He's made it through the field.
He has. Once you get on those old tires, though, you're almost in a controlled slide coming out of the corner, and it's whoever can control the slide come out of the corner the best is going to be the one to make up that time, unless you dial in that setup just perfect coming out of the corner.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. I noticed Killum's tire wear. His right rear was burning real hard in the first stage, but now his tires are wearing pretty evenly, so it looks like he's dialing that car in.
All right, we got that 14 of Captain Killum inside that 32 of Gator Mike. Captain Killum runs the hood view, so I have no clue where the 32 is. He's not even on the screen. How do you run this?
They are on a drag race going down here going into 3.
Draven's pushing him past Gator.
I think Killum's got that preferred line going in low. He's going to give Gator the old slide job here. Draven's right up on the quarter panel. Gator. Oh, Killum getting way loose out of 4. Way loose out for 4.
Yeah, he took a chunk out of the grass there. My goodness.
Just doing a little just a titch of maintenance right there.
He must have been trying to feel for that Kurt Busch Daytona 500 celebration.
Whoa! Gator got loose into the 14.
The front.
Oh! They keep it straight.
Wow, they're bumping, they're banging. It's Martinsville in Las Vegas.
I will say the spot that Killum's in. Oh, 3 wide. Draven might be throwing a pick for his teammate, but
yeah, that's a good call.
I don't want to assume anything, but
Draven almost pushed him. He pushed him past Gator Micah, and then he got loose. Killum got loose off of 4.
One thing I will say,
tire light is on, by the way.
When we saw Gator get loose coming out of 2, for anyone below, like when you're coming out of the corner side by side, the last place you want to be, I would say, is that you don't want to be that inside car, because if that car above you gets loose, you are.
Oh no! There goes the 14 through the grass, hard through the grass. There goes the 4, the 32, the 95, the 2, and the 19, and that may have cost the 14 a championship here tonight.
In the wise words of our FBGM boy Marksman, God damn it!
Dollar in the swear jar.
There goes my race.
There goes my championship. Sorry,
that was said on Tuesday.
I hate to see it.
Oh man! So unless a caution comes out, the 14 of Captain Killum, the 11 of Big Jim out of this race is pretty much going to be the 43 or the 1 of You Already Heard battling for the championship here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. At this point, it's between those two, and I wish we could watch, but we're kind of at the mercy of.
Is Joe not streaming tonight?
The on-track map. I don't believe so. If I'm not mistaken.
The one race he doesn't want to stream.
I mean, this would be the one race he doesn't stream though. If he focus, you know.
Gator coming to the pits.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here looking. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's streaming. What a shame.
I think he's in a new place with new internet, so I don't know if he wanted to give that a roulette roll and the championship race, or.
Okay, a lot of inside information there for not an FBGM driver.
Up and in, hey, whoa.
Listen,
We've been in parties and with other folks as well.
Oh.
he's a former FBGM member that is currently teamless due to some.
Stop. He's still part of BPM, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out, Bobby.
Well, that's kind of the thing. There's a owner of that team that is no longer in the NARL. Yeah, we'll stop right there so I could keep my spot in the league.
Always got to shout out Bobby, though. We love Bobby.
No, we don't.
Bobby is a very interesting character, and unfortunately, the words I use to describe him cannot be
Captain Killum on pit road. So is the car in front of him. I don't know who that is.
I think it's Lewis.
I can't see.
He's got
Lewis and Killum's car look very similar in these very limited camera angles we have. So
yeah.
And it was 95 of Bros that was in front of.
Camera angle.
Yeah.
Draven to the lead. It looks like he's coming into pit road based on the old mini map here.
Oh, Shadowhawk's also on pit road. He pitted before killing.
Oh, the one of you already heard is on pit road. So all these guys came on the same lap.
I would just like to point out.
Oh, they're gonna be side by side coming on pit road. The one in the 43. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
And I wish I could see it, but we're gonna watch it from 4th place. I don't know. Dag on it, we lost him around the corner.
So that was the one key that Joe had, is just keep him in his sight line and then hopefully make up that time on pit entry.
I'm looking at Swamp Stream here, and you can kind of see the leaders for now. I think in a couple laps, I think they're going to be gone. They are.
What are you trying to say?
If that's them, they're right next to each other. So.
Yeah, looks like
we're missing a really good battle right now.
Yeah, they're within 1 or 2 tenths of each other on as far as the actual leaderboard time.
Yeah, this sucks. Sucks we can't call it. We can't see it. Can't get excited. But Shadowhawk is. Yeah, Shadowhawk is leading the way.
Can't wait for Heat 5. Can't wait for Heat 5.
They fixed it. They fixed everything.
Hopefully with the new game, at least the servers will be better.
Oh, they completely abandoned the Heat 4 servers.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
So what you're telling me is we're going to be playing NASCAR Heat 4 on better servers. Oh my.
Yes, and that's why it's Heat 4.125.
Hey, they got a new test session mode they added, so.
Oh, can't forget about the new camera angle too.
Yeah, yep.
Oh yeah, you could be on the roof. Oh, and the extreme chase.
Yeah, extreme chase. Yeah, big changes. Big changes.
Doing everything that NASCAR, EA's NASCAR games did years ago.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like,
on inferior equipment.
I feel like NASCAR 2005 was like so much better.
Yeah, but in Heat 5, I'd like to say, because I talked so much junk about them all year, so I got to give them a little bit of credit. It's only fair. We're going to have a running order on broadcast view in NASCAR Heat 5.
And a lap count.
Oh, yep,
And
a running order and a lap count.
I did not know that. Well,
Thoroughly aroused at the thought.
Yeah. I mean, I talk crap about them every race, so I got to at least give them 10 seconds of praise.
Yeah.
Look,
And that's it.
okay. So I'm watching Gator's stream right now, and it looks like Hurd's tapping into that lead just a hair. He was 5/10 behind, and now he's cut it down to 3 or 4. So there's 5/10 again, but he's cut into it a little bit. So this is going to be one hell of a battle towards the end of the race.
That we can't watch. So I'll quit being
Crushing
sour.
dreams. Small team that crushes dreams. Love to see it.
Also, my last little gripe. Need to change their daggone name. Their headquarters is in Florida, and they got a Charlotte area code. 704 is Charlotte. Get out of here.
I thought they moved, and that name was pointless now.
Yeah, they were bought out.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Anyways.
They should just close up shop. How about that?
Well, what other NASCAR game do we have?
we don't.
iRacing to the PS5.
Ooh, that won't happen.
That would be a game changer.
That'd be savage as an MF right there. Would love to see that.
The PS5, I don't think it'll do it, but the PS5 is going to be very powerful. You might just be able to get on your web browser and just go to town.
Sure.
True that. Well,
just an update on Big Jim here. He is in 12th position. Not looking good.
He's going to need a caution for sure. And
You
so
know,
is,
unfortunately for Big Jim, I felt like going into this race he was kind of doomed just based on the car number he was driving. 11 can never close it out.
Do you think he added too much
you're
tape
not
on the
wrong.
last stop?
I mean,
Oh wow.
too much tape, too much elbow grease on the wheel, something, man.
You hate to see it.
Shout
Jim
out
showing
Denny
up
Hamlin.
small. Big Jim showing up small in the championship
Oh
race.
no.
Sorry,
Little
Jim. Love you, Jim, but
I mean, to be fair,
the poop
no
is
girl
fan.
knows if he's big or small since he is still a virgin.
Stop it.
Oh, my
Back
goodness.
to the race. Back to the race.
Breaking news here tonight on the radio broadcast. We're going to get
Shout
canceled
out Alec.
by Gator. Gator, I apologize. You know, if we actually had stream, it wouldn't have got this silly. You got to believe that.
Oh,
so.
that is for sure true.
For sure.
So
We're
you know he's
trying
got to
to
watch it
entertain
back, which is
ourselves
fine.
while puzzle piecing this together at this point.
Speaking of Gator, he just lost 2 positions. He was running
Yeah.
3rd. He's now P5.
Kiss the wall.
Captain Killum's going to
Kill
stay
him
behind.
and Draven, just
Before Draven.
driving on Sunday night.
Yeah,
One thing I would like to point out, shout out to Bros. He actually rocked the American flag scheme, so I'm glad somebody did it.
there you go.
I'm still mad.
Is he
that
the only one?
Wasted only
4th of
ran
July
that American
weekend?
Flag, like, just
Oh yeah, it is 4th of July this weekend. No shit.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Oh, there goes 14 Captain Killum making a move on the inside of the 4. The 4
That
Dravens
3 car
have.
always
Oh, they're
needs
3
to
wide
have-
with the
Gator
Gator
with
2.
3 wide.
Oh my
Gator
goodness.
Gator
They
getting
s-
after it.
They sorted it out. They're
You'll
back
love to
single
see
file, but that was a tense for a second. That 43 is checked out. I don't know where Joe is, but the 43 on the mini map is checked out.
Last time I saw Joe was 4 tenths behind him.
Oh,
That was on Gator stream. That was about, I'd say, 6 or 7 laps ago.
Yeah, no, Gator dropping back in position really kind of screwed us here.
Yeah, he has the leaderboard up, and
I'm
when he was in
hoping
3rd, we could see the leaderboard for the
I'm
top
hoping
seed.
Killum switches over to
Yeah.
that leaderboard, and I think we'll be able to see.
oh, he's taking away 3rd. Cycle through. Kill him. Cycle through.
Please kill him.
I would like to point out K-Bart is streaming, and the leaders are catching K-Bart currently, so we might get a little show here after all on his stream.
Thank you, K-Bar, for being so slow.
I didn't want to say that, but that's what I was implying.
Kill him.
If these other
Up
guys
to
know
P3.
me, they knew that I.
So our
No
championship
filter.
4 currently 43 Shadowhawk P1, the 1 of you already heard P2, the 14 of Captain Killum P3, and then the 11 of Big Jim. I think he's 11th, 12th.
P12.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
not a good showing.
So Shadowhawk is about a second and a half ahead of Hurd.
Oh yeah, Killum flipped around 6.5 seconds in front of Killum is Shadowhawk.
Oh wow, yeah, Shadowhawk drove away.
And Joe
once-
is falling
once
back
again,
even more. They're going to need a caution.
Yeah, Shadowhawk's car was so good on the long run.
Don't forget,
Nobody-
these cars absolutely go away on the long run, too. They might blow a tire. They're going to get loose off the corner if they're racing with somebody. So we may have a last lap, caution, whatever it is, dash to the
Yeah, you
finish.
never know.
11 laps to go, I think I saw, before it went away.
Perks of
You are
Killum
correct.
streaming though. Just throw up a comment.
Oh, no!
and get it.
Hard into the outside wall. He's going to lose 2
Ooh,
positions. That's got to be
Ouch,
damaged,
ouch,
too.
ouch.
That was a hard hit.
I don't see his.
Oh, nice.
Hood.
Keenitz asked for it, and he did it. Good job, Keenitz, and thank you, Killum.
I don't see his hood crumpled up too much, so there might be some damage, but
10 to go.
either way, I don't think he was catching those top 2 guys. But
Nah, he
I
wasn't.
don't think anybody had anything for Shadow tonight. And he was confident going in, and it shown. It
He was
showed the
definitely-
whole race.
He was definitely confident coming in. Like someone said earlier, he practiced as many laps as he needed, only 50. And
He said he only 50, and these other guys were doing 100, 200, something like that, and he's just like, man, I'm comfortable. I did
Now,
what I did.
is it possible to overthink a race?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
Yeah.
because you start fiddling with your setups, and you might lose what you were doing that in like the second or third run of practice that you've done, and then like by the time you get to round 5, if you go that far, you might completely forgot what you did, and then just completely slow yourself down. Like, you can easily overthink it for sure.
And plus, it seems like sometimes with this game that for whatever reason the car does not handle the same way as the same setup was 2 or 3 races prior. Every now and then the game kind of hands you one of those handicaps, it feels like, and
I agree with that.
sometimes it's just like you're better off tinkering on the fly throughout the race and dedicating hours and hours and hours.
I do agree with that. I'll find something that feels real nice, and then I'll get in there and be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They throw you little curveballs like, I don't want to give 704 too much credit, as we've seen tonight, but they might have like, oh, the temperature could be this, and the on-track, I don't know, like there could be little variances, but nothing
Well, if that's
is
the
ever
case,
the
then
same.
they need to give us the temperature, you know, like Project
going
Car
into
2
the race,
does.
for sure.
Yeah, they'll give
Yeah.
you the temperature, the percentage of rain, blah, 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 blah.
I definitely noticed when I practice like during the day and the races at night, I can tell a difference in the setup for sure. So they got that right too. That's 2 things they got right so far.
Still, well, I think actually at this point now, Alan, there's well over 704 things wrong.
Yeah.
I think tonight alone
I don't
was like
wanna get on
1,000.
Yeah.
Just
Gator up here battling
unreal
with
we
that
can't
Forge
watch.
Raven. Draven
I would
P3
like
at the
to-
moment. Forge Raven. Go
I'd
ahead.
like to point out that you already heard and Shadowhawk just passed K-Bart. That gap is much bigger than a second and a half now between them.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I'd say
we
at
can't.
least 2 seconds, probably more than that. So,
5 to go.
oh yeah, you can tell on the mini map. Shadowhawk
yeah?
in 3. That dot behind him is you already heard.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if we didn't even have the mini map?
Oh, you mean like NASCAR Heat
That'd be
3?
terrible.
We don't even have it
That
on
would be
broadcast view, so yeah, I can't imagine.
That's true. Well, even on their streams, even if we didn't have it on the streams, it's like, well,
Yeah.
we don't know where they're at. It's cool.
At all. Forge Raven
right.
battling with the 32 of Gator Mike. 4 to go here at Las Vegas to decide your Cup Series champion here for Season 2. 32 of Gator Mike taking the high line round turns 1 and 2. The 14 of Captain Killum's going to take away P4. You already heard who is running second, and we're assuming about a second and a half off the lead is 6 seconds ahead of Captain Killum.
Shadowhawk about to come to 3 to go.
Yeah,
Alright, so
I
3
would
to
say
go.
that's probably closer to 2.5 seconds at this point. That gap from first to second, if I had to guess.
Oh, somebody was through the grass there. I don't know who it was. I just saw a lot of
I
dirt.
believe that's K-Bart.
Oh, okay. Well, here goes Captain Killum trying to make a move for P3 here. So if anything else, we could say that the Championship 4 finished P1 through 3. Tire Light just came on for the 14. Draven takes that position back. He's got a big old black box in that top there. 2 to go here for the championship race.
I'm just gonna say this finish wasn't as exciting as the other 2. if I must
You
say.
don't say.
I
You
don't-
don't say.
I don't think anything was going to be as exciting as that Xfinity finish. Y'all put on one hell of a show.
Yeah,
The truck race was exciting up until that last pit stop.
yeah,
and,
that is true. That is true.
Jaw just flexed his muscle and ran away from me, and not entirely surprising if we're being honest here. So,
All right,
but,
so
I wasn't gonna say that.
here we go
but
in the
I was
Cup race.
thinking
The
that for sure.
43 of Shadowhawk takes the white flag. 1 to go, presented by Credit One Bank. That 43 of Shadowhawk leading the way here by at least 2.5 seconds. He's going to come off of turn 2 here, going down the backstretch. The one of you already heard, currently running P2. The 14 of Captain Killum is running P4, trying to take that position away from Draven. We got really loose off the corner there. The 43 of Shadowhawk coming out of turn 4. He's going to be your Season 2 champion for the North American E-Racing League Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. The 43 is Shadowhawk, your champion. The one of you already heard finishing second on the season. And the 14 crosses the line, finishing P3 on the season. 11 of Big Jim, finishing 4th on the season.
Whoa. Oh, wait, no, that's Kill him. Finish. Oh,
No,
wait, no,
fourth
I
on
got
the
you.
season.
I got you.
All right, well, the 11 of Big Jim finishing 14th. Yeah, no, just kidding. No,
There you
fourth on the season. I mean, that's nothing to be sad about. My goodness.
With
So
how
let's go
stacked
ahead.
this Cup Series
Oh, yeah. And let's throw out there, and I'm on a blue screen, so sorry, I got to hog all of the airways at the moment because they're not going to hear you anyways, because I'm looking for our champion. The 11 of Big Jim, this is his first full-time Cup Series season. And for him to finish P4 on the season, I mean, that just speaks to his talent and his motivation, dedication, all those other occasions. And looking for Shadow. Sorry, they still can't hear you. I'm sorry, I'm still on blue screen. And go ahead. So what were you saying?
Yeah, I think he had 8 poles as well. So that's pretty impressive too. So
That is
big in there.
8 poles is nothing to shake a stick at. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know, right? That's impressive.
Jim's biggest enemy was his internet at times.
Oh, that's very true.
I think he said he missed like 7 races because of that or something.
That's very true. And we have our Season 2 Cup Series champion in the lobby, Shadowhawk. Shadow, how you feeling, man?
Dude, you kidding me? Holy bro, I can't believe it, man. Shit. I don't know. It's just it's sweet. It's just cool, man. It's my first championship, league racing. And I've been doing it for close to 3 years, and I've been in a lot of different leagues, but this is obviously the hardest one to win a race in general, not to mention a championship. So, it's just it's pretty amazing. It's trying to soak it all in.
Well, fair enough, man. I think you hit the nail on the head there. One of the most competitive leagues, not to toot our own horn, but my goodness, the talent that we have here in the Cup Series is ridiculous. And for you to come out here as the champion just shows the talent and the skill that you have yourself. Congratulations. I don't even have a question for you. I just want to tell you, great job. I mean, you dominated all night. Stage 1, 2, and 3 winner. Great job.
Yeah, thanks, man. I didn't expect to, lead that many laps. It was really competitive that first stage before the whole server lag thing happened, and but yeah, just a fun race, man. And I was worrying about a caution again those last 20 laps, like New Hampshire, but cut the green to the end, and we had it and we took it.
Yeah, there you go. Let's jump straight to Lieutenant Dangles. What do you got for our Season 2 champion?
Oh, man, it's hard to, find anything to talk about when you dominated like you did today. Was there any point in the race where were you as confident, kind of think you were going to take it home that whole race, or was there any moment where you thought, damn, I really got to get my car better to hopefully hold on to this and make it to the end in the lead?
In that last stage before the final pit stop, I had about 2.5 seconds on the one car behind me, and coming off of 2, coming off of 4 actually, I nearly wrecked it, went through the grass. He goes down to about half a second behind me, and we pitted, and he came out right behind me. So right then and there, I was worried because then I let him come back into it, and we were racing hard those first 5-10 laps of the once we came back off of pit road, and then long run came in and I pulled away. So that was the only worry really tonight, was that little hiccup there, but we overcame it and pulled away.
Well, you definitely overcame it, that's for sure. And I know I said I didn't have a question, but I gotta tap in real quick. You said we. Did you have a spotter tonight?
Well, I did have a spotter until the server lag happened, but
fair enough.
Yeah. And shout out, his name's DJ Craze. That's his PSN name. But yeah, he helped me out at New Hampshire, and he helped me out tonight. So just huge thank you to him. He helped me with making adjustments to make the car better during the race, especially after I almost wrecked it. And I really think that really gave us the edge that we needed tonight, and it showed, I think.
Follow-up question: is DJ Craze going to join the league?
He is, or I don't know if he is. I mean, we got to talk to K-Bar and all that, but and Gator Mike, but yeah, I've mentioned it to him, and he definitely knows all about trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. and he knows about the trucks and Xfinity. Will probably be where he races if he does join, but he has said that he's definitely interested, so he definitely could be racing next season.
Well, awesome. We always love new competitors here, and I'm sure you did, but I'm most competitive league out there is for presets, anyways. We do ask our new guys to start in the lower series, but never know. The tryouts, he may skip trucks.
No more fast guys in the trucks.
Please.
Hey, maybe. All right, Alan, what you got for our champion? I've kind of rambled on here for a little bit.
First of all, congrats. Very good win. You pretty much led the whole race. I did notice though. Everybody kind of stuck with you the first half of the run, but that second half of the run, you were gone. What'd you do to make your car so good on the long run?
Not much. Raised the air pressures on the left side a little bit, and fiddled with the wedge, not a lot, maybe a click or two. It was just the short runs there, because of the draft and everyone's kind of staying together. But really, the last restart, I think of the stage 3 restart, we pulled away. I mean, because everyone was side by side behind me, and I mean, they were like ridiculous. It was like 3x3 at one point for like a lap and a half or two, and we were just pulling away because they were all side drafting each other. And so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really like the bottom line and 1 and 2, and I feel like that's where I have an advantage over everyone else, and that's where it seemed like tonight. So I'm maybe not going to say how I drive 1 and 2, but I'll just say that the bottom works well for me. So I think that was the advantage that I had.
All right, definitely an advantage. Keenitz, what do you got for our champion?
Congratulations, Shadow. You definitely practiced as much as you needed. That brings me to my question. Do you think if you would have practiced more, you would have overthought? I know Avenge mentioned this in the radio part of the broadcast, because 704 is wonderful. Do you think if you practiced any more, you would have overthought it and possibly made some adjustments or found something that might not have suited you as well as the setup you had tonight worked?
Possibly, because even when you could over practice sometimes, because then you get multiple different setups, and you got to choose, or you got to pick one, and sometimes it gets confusing, and it gets too complicated. So you kind of just really what I did is kind of just stuck to what I already knew and just went from there. And then my spotter, crew chief, DJ Craze, he helped me out a little bit too, and it went along with the setup that I already had, and it was just it made it better. And so yeah, I mean, you can definitely over practice, so you just gotta be careful when you do practice. Don't adjust too much. Keep it simple, and that's what I usually do any race. So but especially this one, you don't want to over what's the word, over adjust, I guess. I don't know.
Right on.
All right, well,
Also,
I got us. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Follow up.
I was going to say follow-up question. Your crew chief's name is DJ Craze. Did you get the DJ air horn when you crossed the line as the winner?
I wish. He's a quiet guy. When he races, if he's ever in parties, he doesn't talk a lot. He kind of just does his own thing. But a super nice guy. He's definitely someone you can get along with. He doesn't really have any issues with anyone. So just again, shout out to him, and could see him next season.
Fair enough with a username like that, DJ Craze, quiet guy. All right, well, hey. I do want to congratulate you on winning the champion. That U.S. Air Force Warthog scheme is something else. Anyways, we've reached to the point. I know we've kind of rambled on a little bit. We're basking in your glory. And we may know what's coming already, DJ Craze. Who do you want to shout out here before we get our runner-up?
Well, I don't know. It was the third, fourth time in this interview. Shout out DJ Craze. Thank you. Shout out you guys. I know course, 704 screwed you guys up with the broadcast tonight, but you guys are still here, so thank you. All season long, you guys did a great job. Shout out to K-Bart, Gator, you already heard, everyone that puts on the league. Giving me a chance to even just race for a championship is cool. And just shout out Bubba Wallace, man. 43 car, got some type of championship, so that's cool. But here's the next season. Hopefully the server things gets fixed for Heat 5, because if not, that's gonna be a big problem. But Oh, if any of you are looking for a TV show to watch, Avatar: The Last Airbender is badass. It's lit. Go watch it.
Bro, that's a great show. I'm so happy
Show
you
is
said that.
lit.
Yeah.
Almost the last thing I thought was going to be brought up in the stream here tonight. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Go watch it, I reckon. Not a sponsor yet.
I was not paid for that anyway.
Shadowhawk, congratulations once again. If you don't mind, for the last time this season, go ahead and exit the lobby. We are going to bring in our runner-up. Congratulations once again. All right, going all the way down to the bottom of my friends list because his name starts with a Y. You already heard. He has already played. No, he's already played in Rocket League. He has already moved on from our league.
To be fair, I did my interview on Tuesday playing Rocket League the whole damn time.
Well, it looks like
Send him an invite anyways.
I did. I sent him an invite. We'll see if he joins.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't join, we'll get our third place and then fourth place. We'll go down the list. Shoot, I ain't got nothing else to do tonight. We might as well talk to all four. It ain't got to be as long as Shadow was, but there he is, our runner-up, not only in the race but on the season. The one of You Already Heard. Joe, I would ask how you're feeling, but I see you're already playing Rocket League. So what's going through your mind?
First off, shout out to Shadow. My God, he had his car dialed in. Nothing to hang my head on. Had a chance there. It just wasn't meant to be, man. Second place is starting to become too common for me in the title race, but overall not a bad race. Was glad to have a chance there. Just hate it for that server lag. It takes away so much time to figure out your car that you're having to deal with cars flipping around and doing 360. So shout out 704 for giving up on the game just in time. But I don't nothing too bad. Congrats to Shadow, he definitely earned it.
All right, well, I mean, it definitely messed us up here. But I gotta ask just a quick question. If you hadn't already announced that you were coming back next season, would this race be enough motivation for you to come back and try to win it next year?
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. Later on I'm gonna think about it and be like, well, I really want to try this all again, but I just think, obviously had speed in the car, at multiple tracks too, so it's not like I've lost too much. Just the competition's got a little tougher now, so it's it's definitely motivates me, especially losing at a track where I thought I was had the setup right, but Shadow proved me wrong, so definitely motivation to come back and try for it again, even if I hadn't decided I was going to come back.
All right, Keenan, what you got for a runner-up?
What do you think you could have done differently? I mean, like, whether it was driving the track a little bit different or making that one little adjustment on that final pit stop. Do you think you could have done anything just a hair different to catch Shadow and pass him to win the championship?
Yeah, first one is, I have server lag, so you can actually figure out the car. That kind of took some laps away there to figure it out. I think the only difference I could have probably done on that last stop, it's weird, I was 0.4 seconds behind Shadow. Me and him were kind of following the same line, and I wouldn't have his draft, and then all of a sudden I'm entering corner, and it's all of a sudden piling tight because I have his draft. So it's just amazing inconsistency with that. But I mean, look, I wasn't even that close until he made a mistake right before that last pit stop. So you know, he was obviously the dominant car tonight. Thought I had it, but obviously thought wrong.
Oh, well, he did win all 3 stages. Alan, what you got?
Well, I just want to congratulate you on a great season. I know what it feels like to come up just short, so I feel you there. Keenan's kind of stole my question, so but I just great race, just a little short. Yeah, just great race, great season altogether. I think you had 4 wins this season, so that's pretty impressive there. So can't wait to see you race some more.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, the servers are better on the next one. So, I guess I'll just come up with an answer for a makeshift question since you don't have one. These servers are terrible. I think 704 really, you know, I won't say the word, but you know, crapped the bed on this one, man. It's just unreal. I mean, I don't get why we're having this much issue with server lag, and you know, I don't know what happened to Jim. I just want to say congrats to him on a great season. I know he didn't have the best race of, you know, had everybody, but thanks to Killum. I don't know what Draven was doing there at the beginning, trying to, I don't know, just make it difficult for me and Jim, I guess, and then he just lets Killum go right by him. So, you know, that kind of took a little bit away too, but it was a fun race, man. Just a bit short.
All right, save the best for last, arguably. Dangles, what you got for your previous teammate?
Well, Joe, you were my championship pick, and unfortunately, you just didn't get it done tonight. But you know, halfway through the race, there it seemed like, you know, you and Jim kind of were falling back there as Shadow and Killum kind of started pacing the field there for that brief period at stage 2. Was there at any point of the race, like, what was kind of your turning point in the race where you finally kind of felt like you could finally get up there and run with Shadow?
You know, that pit stop where, you know, like you are saying that we raised the wedge, I mean, at least on my part I did, to compensate that loose off exit on the longer run, but it just didn't work out. You know, I finally just loosened it up. That kind of helped me out, but just think the turning point was getting through that field and not having to worry about anybody else. That was just the turning point, and just having that space between me and Shadow allowed me to finally figure out the track, kind of get a little bit of something there. But yeah, man, it's about the only turning point I had tonight.
All right, Joe. You know, we've come to that point to where for the last time this season, you get to shout out whoever you like. Your cat, the groundhog outside. Who knows? Maybe the gator doubter. Who do you want to shout out here?
Well, just shout out to everybody in Cup Series. You know, it obviously, you know, the servers weren't in our control tonight, and I hate that it probably messed up a few guys in there. But shout out to you guys. Thanks for broadcasting what you could. That's also server lag, but just congrats to Shadow again. Congrats to every playoff driver. Congrats to, I guess, Doc. I got him a second place points finish in the Cup Series, so that's great. But there's no BPM anymore, so don't ask if I'm gonna be back there. So
well,
that's
Joe,
all I gotta shout out, man.
We do have Papa John's at TJR, so
I've heard. Plenty
Yeah,
of it.
well, in FBGM we do have authentic Chicago-style pizza straight from the heartland, so keep that in mind too.
Joe, you're only an hour away from me. I will personally deliver pizza
Yeah,
to your
I'll
door.
have to deliver a case of Bud Light from Arizona.
Oh, you don't want Bud
yeah.
Light. Oh, not from Arizona. Yeah. Oh.
I'll have to listen to recruiting efforts, obviously. So.
All right. I
thanks,
got nothing
guys.
else to do tonight, so we're
I'll
gonna
buy you a Charlotte Airport beer at the end of August when I fly into Daytona.
Oh man, like Keep her going. The office just keep getting sweeter right now. So.
Joe, you can live in my guest room.
Oh fuck.
Okay, you might have went too far there, but.
All right, Joe, get out of here. We gotta
TJR
invite
is
our.
off the table. Love to
Appreciate
see
it.
How dare you? Let's get Captain Killum in here. Sorry if you're still sticking around. I greatly appreciate you. But let's get our. We're on blue screen, so they can only hear myself, unfortunately. There we go.
Something over here at Pure Motorsports. Little incentive thing.
Well, you know,
Tampons, because y'all's initials are PMS.
once you get your own pad, you can really leak out on and then really absorb the environment that is around you, and just suck up all of the entertainment that bleeds out from everyone.
Or you guys could just stop being a bunch of faggots.
Oh no!
Oh, hey, that's $2 in the swear jar. Oh, that's a strike.
That's not a strike. My season's over. We're in unstrikeable territory.
Well, it wasn't in Discord. You're right. But we got our third place finisher on the season. Captain Killum joined the lobby. Captain, look, man, I know it's not quite the race that you want it to be, but how do you feel about the season?
I mean, I had a pretty good season. I had a fun season. Like I said in the pre-race interview, the competitive class of guys we had made every race, pretty intense. Congratulations to Shadow. He had the car tonight, for sure. There's no doubt about it. NASCAR heats a bunch of dipshits for letting their servers shit out and fucking everybody's race up. I just want to put that out there.
That's very fair.
It's like stealing people's fucking money. Here, y'all pay a bunch of money, and then we're just gonna let it break on y'all.
That's a very fair statement, especially those of us, including myself, that paid $70 for this game. Anyways,
yeah, I did too. Yeah,
Alan, what do you got for our runner-up on the our third place on the season?
Well, I just I picked you to win this race. You've been consistent the whole year. You're in a good position there, but the server lag just kind of put you in the back there. If it wasn't for that, you think you had anything for Shadowhawk, and you already heard?
I mean, so and I appreciate you picking me, by the way, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Prior to the server lag, Shadow had a really fast car, but I was hanging with him, and I think with a couple adjustments, I would have been there. Maybe I would have made a move, maybe I wouldn't have been able to make a move, because he was fast, but I would have been able to at least be in his vicinity. With that server lag, I went from 2nd all the way to 8th. By the time I worked my way through the field and got to, to like 3rd, those two guys were 5 seconds out in front of me. And as fast as they were, there's no making up 5 seconds. So, yeah, thanks, NASCAR Heat guys. I can't believe they're asking people to buy another fucking game after they did this to all the people that paid for this game. That's pretty shitty.
Guess what, Killum? They've already got my money, so they won on me anyway. Because we're coming back for Vengeance. Heat 5. Anyways, I am. Anyways, let's see who's next. Alan or Dangles? Who do you want to go?
Alan already went. Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, the other two. All right. Who wants to look? Look, what do you want from me?
We'll have Kevin go because we saved the best for last round here.
There you go.
Well, Alan kind of took. Well, you kind of answered my question and Alan's question with the adjustment. How close were you to Shadow with that one adjustment? But thank you for throwing your the leaderboard screen up when I asked. Needed to see how close the actual race was.
Yeah, shout out.
I don't really have any other questions, but you had a great season, and I just need to hear the hell yeah, brother, at least one more time. So can we get one of those at least?
Hell yeah, brother.
There we go. All right. I'm satisfied.
Wasn't quite the loudest I've ever heard, but it's
that's okay.
It's about a third place. Hell yeah.
I was gonna say it's definitely a third place worthy. Hell yeah, brother.
He held up his end of the bargain. He didn't. It wasn't the loudest ever, but he also didn't win. So it's fine. It's fine.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's very fair. Anyways, Dangles, what you got?
I don't really have too many questions. Obviously, you didn't end up where you wanted to be at the end of the night, but third place is still nothing to hang your hat on after a very strong year, or season rather, in the NARL. What, 4 or 5 wins? So I guess going into next season, what's one thing you'd like to build upon besides the aforementioned championship at the end?
Finding out whatever track they're going to run for the championship race and getting better at it. I think that's where I've kind of messed up the last 2 seasons. I wait till too late in the season to start actually working on it. So I may find out which race it is and work on that during the season. So if I get there, I'll be prepared for it. That's the one improvement I think I can make. So, yeah, and I think you guys are right. Third place isn't what I wanted, but amongst the guys that we have, it still feels good to be on top there. It's a lot of hard work to do that.
All right. Well, look, man. I know third place doesn't feel good for anyone. It's like kissing your cousin. It's a kiss, but it's your cousin.
How appropriate for a NASCAR broadcast.
Hear me out, though.
There's some guys that would argue with you.
Fair enough.
Alabama 500.
Fair enough. All right, Killum. We've reached the final part of the season for yourself, where you get to shout out whoever you like before we get Big Jim in here. Anybody you'd like to shout out before we move on?
Well, yeah, Shadow, good job, man. I mean, he earned that win regardless of the server lag. He had the car. Hurd coming through at the end of the season. All the TJR guys for helping me out throughout the season.
Hey, professional.
FBGM for having good competition and a lot of talking. That's fun, too.
A lot of talking. I like that.
And just everybody in general. Draven, he's always been there to help in practice and whatnot. So, and you guys for doing this. This part is awesome. It really makes it a lot more interesting for everybody. So.
Well, unfortunately, you're only going to see the first stage and a half, and then 704 messed up, and we had to go to a radio-type broadcast. But feel free to watch it back. There's 2 separate streams because it ended. I actually tried to pull up YouTube on my PlayStation, pull up your stream, and then stream your stream, but it didn't work. So, but anyways, congratulations on the P3 finish. I mean, we had probably 20 different cars run in the Cup Series here this season, and you finished in the top 3. So, that's something to be proud of.
Yep.
All right, man. Congratulations once again, and we're going to get Big Jim in here. Same to you. Big Jim is just online. He's not playing any games. I don't know if he got the word to wait for us. Or...
He's probably deleting Heat 4 like I did mid-interview.
Fair enough. I got inside information that just about all of TJR also deleted it.
There's no reason to keep it. It's a hot pile of garbage. Let's be honest.
Let's roll over here to Denny Hamlin. He may not be expecting an interview, so we'll wait. Oh, there he is. Big Jim!
Oh,
Our final Championship 4 driver has joined the lobby, Big Jim. Now, look, I understand you didn't finish the race where you wanted to finish, but let's not overshadow the fact that you finished 4th out of everybody that had raced here on the Cup Series this season in your first full-time Cup Series season in the North American E-Racing League. How are you feeling after this race?
I thought it was going to be my internet. It happens to be the 704 servers that end up ruining it. But, I was like halfway there. It was something that was out of my control. So, yeah, it's just a little bit disappointing. But other than that, like you said, 4th out of everyone in this really talented Cup Series feels pretty good.
All right, Daniels, what do you got for your teammate?
Well, Jim, tough race, tough go around for you, but obviously those of us at FBGM are proud of the effort you put in this year. Outside of things that you couldn't control, if the servers had acted the way we would have expected them to, do you think you would have had anything for Shadowhawk tonight?
You want the honest, like my honest answer?
Yeah, well, honesty's the key here, Jim.
Hell no. I don't think I would have even been close to Joe or Shadow up there. I had no speed, and I mean, I can't blame it all on the servers, but losing all that track position after wrecking because of those swerving cars or whatever, yeah, it does put you back a little bit, and with, you know, the crappy car I had, didn't help me out at all.
All right,
Yeah,
Keenan.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
hold on, I'm not done yet.
Look, man. Look,
You know,
everybody's
so,
been
I mean,
asking one
Take
question.
Dangles can
but
take my question. It's
Everybody
fine.
gets one question, but we get to the FPGM driver.
Well,
and,
I was just gonna
can
ask,
have
you know,
mine. He can have mine.
how
He can
much
have mine.
tape did he put on his nose there on one of those pit stops that fucked him over?
That's fair.
Not enough. Not enough.
That's all. Just a little Jimmy Johnson fan here talking a little crap. That's all.
Keenan, what do you got for your teammate, man?
How many wins does Jimmy Johnson have this season?
Ooh.
How many championships does he have?
Ooh.
It's not this season.
How many championships does Denny have? How many does Jimmy have? That's all I gotta
Wait on
say.
it. Wait on. I'm still counting on Hamlin to win a championship. All right, you know what? I'll stop talking.
Anyway. Good job, Jim. I don't really have any questions, but that. How excited are you for Heat 5? I guess that would be my only question.
Why do you have to ask these things, Kevin?
It's a troll question. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I'm not answering that. Yep. Next question.
All right, Alan, you're up.
Well, just congrats on a good season, really good season. I think I saw you had like 8 polls, which is just ridiculous, and a handful of wins. So good job there.
And 8 lag-outs.
Hey, you don't focus on the good stuff here. So I saw you wreck on the backstretch, and that kind of just took you out of the race. I don't think any of us saw what happened there, so I was just curious what happened when you hit the inside wall.
Yeah, it looked like Killum overdrove turn 1, hit the wall, and you know this game, when you hit the wall, you don't stay in it, you bounce off of it like it's freaking, I don't even know what you call it, like it has springs on the wall or whatever, and it bounced right down into me and sent me into the inside wall like Jeff Gordon back in 2007. So, I mean, you know, it's just, I'm not blaming Killum whatsoever for that. Again, car wasn't there anyways, wouldn't have won a championship, but it was a little bit disheartening getting in a wreck at the end.
The term you're looking for there is bouncy castle.
There you go, bouncy castle.
All right, Jim. I've got a personal question to ask you. If we were to meet up,
is it PG-13 or?
It is. Very.
Well, it's definitely gotta be PG-13 since we know you're not having any sex anytime soon.
Hey,
all right. All right,
all
getting
that
started out here late. I like it.
If we were to meet up in Martinsville, Virginia, for the 2021 spring race, night race, and I drink more beers than you, are you joining TJR?
Oh,
Jesus, what kind of? I'm 160 pounds. What are you, like 210? I can't drink that many beers.
Whoa, you guessed really
great
good.
fucking answer, Jim. Hell yeah, you're staying with us. Don't even entertain that.
Yeah, that
Jim,
was a great fucking
Jim,
guess.
I'll come drink on your behalf, and I'll win every time.
Yeah,
No,
everybody
won't.
come to Martinsville. Everyone in the NARL come to Martinsville. It's the best track in the entire series right now.
I love it.
And just in general, best track ever.
I've already
Jim,
got the.
I have a real question now. If you could pick a
jeez.
championship track for next season, what would you pick?
Not Martinsville.
Roval.
No,
You would.
no, of course you would pick that.
Well, he's Roval Jesus, but okay. So if you were to-
Well, I mean, Killen would beat me at Martinsville. I just love the track, so I'm gonna have to go with the
race.
Roval.
Fair.
That's what I'm
That's
good
fair.
at.
Great race in Martinsville. I already got my
The
campus
correct
spot
answer to
tickets.
that question is Chicagoland.
Ew.
I like that. I like
It's
that
decent.
answer.
It's decent.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, Jim. Last chance of not only for you personally, but for any driver for season 2 to call out or shout out anybody you want. Don't waste it. Here you go.
Yeah, I could go down the list, but first of all, shout out to the entire NARL Cup Series. I had a blast racing every single one of them this season. Everyone had speed, it felt like. Even at the craziest of tracks like the Roval, I felt like Gator had speed there and so on. And shout out to you guys as well. I mean, I appreciate you guys stepping up in the booth, and it's always fun to watch it back. And don't think I forgot FBGM. Got to always shout them out. And we'll be looking for some championships next season.
Well, there you go. Big Jim, our Championship 4 driver. And it's almost sad to say that we're wrapping up the season 2 of the North American E-Racing League season. I was going to say the Cup Series, but that's everybody. We're done. No more races for season 2. This is usually when I get pretty pumped up and I start talking about the next race that you can tune into, but there is no next race yet.
Yeah, there will be eventually.
Yeah, there will. You know, the next season that we
Early
have will be
August.
on NASCAR Heat 5. You know, we are talking August.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tune in. You know, same YouTube page. I'm
Man,
assuming.
don't want to be that guy, but we said the same thing about baseball season. Look what happened. So,
Corona may hit the internet. We don't know. So, I would like to make a personal announcement if you'll give me the moment. You know, if you actually tune into the end of this thing, which I feel like nobody will. This was my last full-time Cup Series commentating season. I enjoyed all the races that I commentated this year. I really appreciate LD Allen coming in clutch there at the end of the season. I know Dangles would have showed up to more if he was allowed, so I appreciate him joining in here. Keenitz at one point tried to lead a couple broadcasts, but YouTube just wasn't working for him. So I appreciate him as well. Big Jim, you and Gator, I can't appreciate you guys more than I already do. Full-time Truck Series and Xfinity Series commentators coming through super clutch. I came into this series this season all by myself, just commentating all 3 series, and it just wasn't working out. So I appreciate you guys more than anybody. But this is it. This is my last race. Unfortunately, 704 fucked me, but that's okay. I tried to come in here with some energy and enthusiasm, and
fuck 704.
Not trying to sound like a bitch here, but kind of holding back the emotions because this is it, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the track next season, NASCAR Heat 5, and good luck to everybody that's watching or may listen later. And if you actually make it to this part of the broadcast, tune in August. I'm assuming same YouTube page. We're going to have a lot of different drivers in different series. A lot of drivers in the same series. Don't think that we're going down on competition. We're definitely going to go up. We're not going to get rid of anybody that has...
NARL is always getting stronger. We always are welcoming to new members that are... If they want to try out and whatnot, hit up Gator Mike 89, K-Bar 20, or You Already Heard, and we'll get you in here. We'll get you tried out, and we'll figure out a place for you.
No, that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. So you've got about a month and a half to practice.
At the beginning.
Yeah, I know. What can you do?
Yeah.
We faced a lot of adversity tonight, and we made it through. So, anyways, tune in next time whenever that date is. I don't know what it is, but it's in August. Practice up on Heat 5 because we're going to go full bore at it. And I'll see you there.